In the glitz and glamour of 1940s Hollywood, one name stood above the rest for sheer, breathtaking beauty. Hedy Lamarr. Dubbed the most beautiful woman in the world, she was the reigning queen of the silver screen, starring alongside legends like Clark Gable and Jimmy Stewart. But behind the heavy makeup and the flashing cameras, Hedy was hiding a secret that would eventually change the world. While other starlets attended lavish parties, Hedy was going home to a workbench. You see, Hedy Lamarr wasn't just an actress. She was a self-taught inventor with a mind as sharp as a diamond. The true story of Hedy's genius began at the height of World War II. As a Jewish immigrant who had fled Austria, she was haunted by the news of German U-boats sinking passenger ships in the Atlantic. She wanted to help the Allied cause, specifically by making radio-controlled torpedoes unjammable. At the time, if the enemy discovered the frequency a torpedo was using, they could easily jam the signal and send the weapon off course. Hedy had a revolutionary idea. What if the signal didn't stay on one frequency? What if it hopped constantly from one station to another, like a secret code that only the sender and receiver knew? Working with an avant-garde composer named George Antheil, Hedy realized they could use the mechanics of a player piano, specifically the perforated paper rolls, to synchronize the frequency changes between the ship and the torpedo. They called it frequency hopping. In 1942, they successfully secured a U.S. patent for this secret communication system. It was a brilliant, futuristic concept that was decades ahead of its time. However, when Hedy presented her invention to the U.S. Navy, she was met with a wall of skepticism. The military brass couldn't wrap their heads around the idea of putting a piano mechanism inside a weapon of war. Worse, they told her that if she really wanted to help the war effort, she should stop inventing and start using her fame to sell war bonds. Heartbroken but undeterred, Hedy did exactly that, raising millions for the troops, while her patent sat in a drawer, gathering dust. But history has a way of vindicating visionaries. Decades later, as the digital age dawned, engineers looked back at Hedy's expired patent. They realized that her frequency hopping was the essential blueprint for secure wireless communication. Today, that very same concept is what allows your Wi-Fi to handle multiple devices, your Bluetooth headphones to stay connected, and your GPS to pinpoint your location. Hedy Lamarr never made a single cent from her invention, and she didn't receive formal recognition for her scientific contribution until she was in her 80s. Her story is the ultimate American reminder that you should never judge a book by its cover. Every time you connect to a wireless network, you aren't just using modern tech, you're using the legacy of a Hollywood star who refused to be just a pretty face.